What is up, my mammals? I realised I haven't done any art videos on my channel yet, and art is a pretty big part of my life. I've been doing art since I was 3 or whatever. So it's time to introduce my art to the world. I'm gonna look through my current sketchbook and then some of a recent sketchbook from a little while back. So, yep, I think that's all I need to say. Okay. Let's go. Okay, sorry about the lighting. It's really dark in my house, so I'm using this desk lamp, but it's kind of crusty. The first page always makes me nervous, so the drawings are a little bit like these ones here. Meh. But as you'll see in a couple of pages, I kind of get used to the paper and the size. And alright, pencil sketch. This is Carl, the robot guy, the android. I can't remember his name, from Detroit Become Human. And this is acrylic paint markers and colour pencils. This is alcohol marker and coloured pencil. This one, I was just playing around with some oil pastels. I'm not going to look at that one for very long. This one is crayons, like entirely crayons, and the page is so smooth. Vi from Arcane. Alcohol markers and colour pencils, again, obviously, it's my favourite medium. Same with this one, this is Mel. I tried to do some gold leaf, where's the reflection? There. But I wasn't brave enough with the glue, so it's not quite. Echo from Arcane again, yes. We won't look at that one, and we also won't look at that one. Some concept art. This was Tombow markers, these ones right here. I like to use them sometimes, they're kind of scribbly. They really tear up the paper, but it's just fun to doodle around with. This was Super Tips, I think. Alcohol markers, coloured pencil, and acrylic paint markers. I think I used the Artix ones for this. This right here. I had to buy them off AliExpress because nowhere in New Zealand sells them, so I don't really know what to say for each page. Should I just tell you what the materials are? Alcohol markers. This is Medusa, obviously. This isn't my design. I stole it from somebody else. Vi again. Alcohol markers and colour pencils. And love that. I use coloured pencils as line art for drawings like this. I do the sketch in coloured pencil, colour it in with alcohol marker, add some little touches with coloured pencil, and then I line around. Around the drawing with a dark coloured pencil to make the line art. I like this one. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on camera because I'm filming an S-Log, but this pink is neon pink. And the neon pink with the purpley blue and then the light blue background. I love the colour scheme. Random drawing. Smiley face and stars. Yeah, I love smiley faces and stars. This one I haven't finished yet, but it's like eyes. This one went really wrong. It doesn't look good at all, so I just kind of got put off the whole thing. A little bit gory. Don't look at this one. Alright, then we've got, I think his name's Rio, right? Sorry, I don't know. Super Tips again. These drawings I like to do because they're really fun. I sketch it out with a pencil, then I start with a dark blue. This has 3 colours of blue and then just a little bit of the extra darker blue colour. I block out the big shadows with the darkest, then I go with the lightest, kind of fill in areas, and then I use the medium tone to kind of bridge that gap between the super dark blue and the light blue. Random, found the reference on Pinterest, wanted to draw it. Same with this one. This one I experimented using black fine liner to do the outline over the whole drawing. it's pretty interesting, I think. This one was gonna be like 2 characters, but then I placed this one wrong, so I just covered the rest with lumpy black paint. Tried pencil colouring again because I hadn't done that for a long time, but this paper isn't good for pencils. Another Pinterest one, also another Pinterest one that I thought looked really cool, so I decided I wanted to draw it. This is alcohol markers and coloured pencil, and then a little bit of paint markers. Here in the corners of the eyes, the reflections on the nail, the hair. A doge. This is acrylic paint markers and then coloured pencils just to create those lines. The line art is pencil. I love this red paint. It's the reddest in the world paint, and it's shiny. I had to tape this up here because it kept sticking to itself. This is alcohol marker, coloured pencil outline, and then paint markers. This is Thingy from Thing. Yeah. Trying to draw teeth. Didn't go overly fantastic, but you know, didn't like the way this one was going, so just completely gave up on it. Caitlin, I think that's her name, from Arcane. I just realised the drawings probably look a bit weird because I've got it on an angle. Shall I hold it like that? Teeth. Again, trying the teeth, and this one's much better than the last one. El gato. This is entirely acrylic paint markers. Yeah. A pile of skulls. Minimal colour palettes. I don't know what else to say. Sharks. I love sharks. This is acrylic markers again. This, I was just doodling. I was sitting in the lounge chatting, and this is Crayola crayons. And then I did a rainbowy one. This was playing around with lots of colours, seeing if I could make that look okay. Didn't really finish it. I think I got tired and went to bed and forgot about it. This one is a work in progress. This one I haven't finished. That one is still a sketch. And then this one, I actually stuck in this piece of paper because I really hated this. So I just covered it up. This is the first thing I've stuck into the sketchbook. Usually my sketchbooks have heaps of stuff stuck in and papers and tapes, and this sketchbook is a bit of an odd one out in that regard. And then this is just a little link sketch that I did yesterday. All right, this one is bigger, so I'm gonna have to see if I can keep it in frame. Here's my collection of fruit stickers. I started this notebook on my birthday, so that was September last year. Alcohol markers, experimenting with extreme lighting and shadows. Mel from Arcane, some random sketches. These were like the first things that I drew in the book. As you can see, I was a bit uncomfortable, you know, first page, typical. And then as time went on, I got a bit more comfortable. So we here have Boromir, Gollum. Then we've got, I was still in my Tears of the Kingdom phase. So we've got the Ultra Hand, goes his tiny hand at the end. Sorry, what are they called? The bunny things, Choo Choo. This is an updated version of something that I painted onto the cover of one of my sketchbooks. I think it's one of the ones that I threw away. Then we've got Legolas. I was in a phase of like Euphoria makeup, lots of sparkles and purple eyeshadow and stuff. Whatever his name, oh, Homelander. This one, I got black all over the words from that one, so just ignore that. This is some more extreme lighting practice. Horizon. A redraw of a dog that I drew in my first proper sketchbook in 2020, and I was so proud of it. So I did it again. We've got, I think this was inspired by an old Lois drawing. It was like a clown lady with the hair like this. I really liked the shape of the hair. This is just a Elfman, Bone Apple Teat, The Punisher, Legolas, random character. I was watching Kit Bogo while I was drawing this. These ones is, once again, the ones where I do the sketch, come in with the heavy shadow and then the light colour on top. This one and this one, I used photos as the reference picture, and this one, I used a reference picture of a stencil. It's, what's his name from Gladiator, or like Russell Crowe in Are You Not Entertained? It doesn't look like him at all. More two colours, and I was also making the darkest shadows lighter. We've got some acrylic markers, some pencil sketches. This is OC art. This is when I first got my Artix markers, so I was experimenting with them. That guy again from Detroit Become Human. This was one of my first drawings with the acrylic markers as well. This is wash, I think. Here's another one where I was experimenting. The darker the shadows, the lighter the colour. Let me zoom in on it a little bit so that you can see. You'll see it. Cyborgy designs. Another little robot design. This page is one of my favourites. I think it's the black in the background. I just went on Pinterest and found pictures and screenshots of cool characters and video game characters. This one's Batman, obviously. The two colours again. Mwah! I love doing that so much. Oh yes, I was playing Dauntless with my little brother a lot. So I drew my Dauntless character and the armour and the weapons that I was wearing at the time. I think this is somebody from Overwatch. Minecraft blocks with markers. Batman again, and experimenting with drawing without a sketch and using a brush marker and just kind of going wherever, you know, whatever happens, just go with it kind of thing. This one is alcohol marker over a red coloured pencil sketch with no pencil line art over the top, and I really like that. Now the robot design, some more little robot designs. This is some more intense shadows. Practicing hands. It is important, ladies and gentlemen. This here is on weird paper. It was really hard. I was experimenting with using all sorts of different types of paper and then sticking them in. See, this is stuck in too even. The guy from Uncharted, Nathan Drake, I think his name is. It doesn't really look like him, but whatever. Miles Morales, my favourite Spider-Man. This is my phone screen protector. Trying out the traditional art layers thing, where you do the colour on that one. Some bone sharks. This was gouache or acrylic markers, I can't remember. Sketches. Oh, horse. I was having some addiction issues. I really like drawing tentacles, making them kind of square. I think I had art block at this point and I was just trying to get it out of my system. Some mech kind of designs. This was a little phase I was in, drawing like robots and mechs and stuff. This was a character that Static Wall drew in one of her videos. I really liked the shape and the colours, but I didn't end up finishing that one. Extreme lighting practice, Bowser, Miu and music. This is art on canvas paper. So this is gouache on some canvas paper, and then I used a Sakura jelly roll, and then this is another, you can't even see it, man, alcohol marker drawings. Trying to revive my graffiti phase, didn't work. I think that's about as much as I did. Some more drawings. This one, I can't remember where the design is from, but it's like a My Little Pony, but in like that edgy Y2K style with like the spiky things. Anyway, this is crayons. This is gouache with alcohol markers over the top. Spider-Man. This is kind of graffiti-ish, I guess. So maybe I did do some more like graffiti type. Trying to do Nathan Drake again. Still couldn't really get it. It's now December. This was still trying the weird papers. This is some extreme lighting practice. Alcohol markers on this shiny paper. I really didn't like the paper, but you know. The paint markers like the paper though. This is Posca's and the jelly roll. This one you've probably seen the reference on Pinterest. I've drawn it in the past and it turned out really good, but this day was just not a good day for art, so we're not going to look at that. This was heavy art block time. I'm not sure what was happening in my life at this point. Nothing was working. So this was the last drawing that I did. Can you even see it through the paint? And I was like, okay, no, that's it. I have art block, let's just work through this. So drawing with a black brush marker, just kind of getting some shapes out there. And then I started having more control over my shapes again. This page and this page was on the same day, and then I did this later in the day with alcohol markers and paint markers, so I was able to overcome it that day. Some little random drawings done with coloured pencils. Oh, actually no, it's just a mix of Hellboy. Heaps of things. Alcohol markers, paint markers, coloured pencils, crayons, super tips, this random gold pen, this is a brush marker. These are some cute little Pokemons and their names. Octopus, once again, there's something about sea creatures. So then all of a sudden we're out of the awkward art patch and we're back into, that was about the court hearing. We're back into some finally not depressing art. Then I went really ham with practicing with alcohol markers. Let me zoom in. With the loads of hands. That's right. And then never mind. This was a lighting reference chart for photography, and I decided to copy it because I really love doing extreme lighting, especially with like 2 or 3 colours. This one is 3 colours. I don't remember this art. Like, I don't remember doing these pages. That's really weird. Anyway, I was really happy with this one and I was really excited about finishing it, so I don't know why I didn't finish it. This was to commemorate the occasion. This is my eyeball, by the way. I was collecting hazelnuts and crawled into a branch. I didn't see the branch, and the branch scratched right over my iris, so I had one fuzzy eye for a couple of days while the scratch healed. This, oh yes. This is when I got the oil pastels and I was experimenting with how do you use oil pastels because it's really hard. Then I kind of got a bit more used to it. This is with a crayon, this is with oil pastels, and this is with the paint markers. This drawing here sparked a little bit of a phase, as you'll see on the next couple of pages here, where I colour, basically just scrub with the super tips. Really colour it in like this and blend all the colours together. That was a super fun phase, so let's have a look at it, check it out. I would sit with the animal encyclopedia, find a picture to copy, and then just go ham with the super tips. And then I've also added some paint marker over the top in some of the areas. We have another page. Don't look at the bat, he looks a bit odd. I can't remember doing this art either. That's kind of a cute bear. And then that's the end of that sketchbook. So there you go, that is the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.